Good morning, Claire. How are you? It's lovely to see you.
Morning, how are you?
I'm very well. You?
Yeah, very good, very good. It's
Good.
snowing outside, so lots of excitement in our house this morning.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Yeah, we've just got sleet here now, but yeah, snow in
Yeah.
March.
Children were very disappointed that the schools were open.
I bet they were.
We were
I
hoping
bet
for
they
a
were.
snow day.
Yeah. Oh well. Never mind. Never mind. So thank you for joining me today. So you're an ambassador for Tropic Skincare.
Yes, I am.
And we're going to chat today about network marketing and dispel some of the myths around it. I think it has got a little bit of a bad name, and I think thanks to people confusing it for pyramid selling, which obviously is unethical and is also illegal. So I thought it'd be really good to invite you on so that we can, dispel some of those myths and really get to the crux of what network marketing is. So over to you, Claire.
Absolutely. Well, Tropic, we like to call ourselves direct sales, and that's what it is, because it's about the product. It's about starting with the lovely product that we have, and it all begins with that and sharing the love of the product. And where some network marketing businesses, I think, have had a bad name in terms of got a bad reputation, is because they might be a bit spammy, kind of bothering people too much. When we like to sort of solve, serve and offer, solve people's problems, serve them, offer them solutions to their problems with the gorgeous products. I know that some network marketing is a lot more driven by just getting people into the business, and that is the main part of it, and actually the product is a secondary thing. Whereas actually with a company, with in fact both the direct sales companies that I've worked with over the years, it's all about the product, the gorgeous product. So I worked with a jewelry company first of all, when I first started when my son was a baby, and absolutely loved doing that, because I love jewelry, I love accessories and fashion, again, it's about getting the product out there and being enthusiastic and excited about the product and wanting to share that with people. And it's exactly the same with Tropic as well. And most people that become a Tropic ambassador, they are people that already buy the product, already love the product, and they're sharing it with their friends and family anyway. They're recommending it and telling people how good it is, and it's kind of quite a natural thing to then join and become an ambassador, because you're kind of already being a bit of an ambassador anyway. So I think I definitely think we're a bit I think we're very different to some of the companies that have given the industry a bad name.
Absolutely. So in terms of network marketing, what is the model that a good network marketing business would use in terms of
so
how
essentially it's using your network, and you start off with people that that you share it with, but then you're going to then be introduced by those people to other people, and it's just like branches of a tree, kind of going out and out and out and out. And it's all about meeting new people, making connections, not about sell at people. It's about how can you, like I said before, how can you provide a service or help people? It's called network marketing for a reason, because it's using your network, and then that gets wider and wider and wider. And the more new people you meet, the more you're going to be introduced to other new people, and your network just widens and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Of course, the model is, I think, like any industry, that you are going to have leaders or managers or whatever you want to call them, that then are helping other people start their own business and join in. So I'm now what's called a platinum executive with Tropic Skincare, and I've got a large team underneath me, 300 or so women, and on that team, I've got I think there are about 10 leaders on the team in all, and those leaders help more people, and it's really about helping people and empowering people. So it is quite fitting actually for me that today it's International Women's Day, because really a huge part about what we do at Tropic is about empowering people, and generally it's women. We've got a few good men, Tropic ambassadors. I recently went on a Tropic trip. I was very, very lucky to go away on a trip on a cruise, and that I'd earned, and there was one man ambassador that had earned the trip, and they was called like ladies and Jason. I think he felt very special that week. Yes, it's mainly women, and it's about empowering women and building them up and allowing them to have that opportunity to start a business and grow a business that they might not otherwise have been able to do. And that's something I feel really passionate about. So when I first started with the jewelry company, and then a couple of years later with Tropic, you know, I didn't have the confidence at that time to just start a brand new business, you know, all of my own. But I wanted to work flexibly. I wanted to have that freedom, and especially because I wanted to work around my children. So when I first started working like this, I had a 6-month-old and a 4-year-old, and you know, I wanted to be able to do the school runs, to be there, to go to the school plays, to go to the sports days, to do all of those sorts of things. And actually, my background is I was a teacher for 15 years, an art teacher for 15 years, and I completely loved it. And I think what's quite nice is that the teaching skills have transferred really well into this, because I'm teaching and helping members of my team how to do it, you know, and how to do it well. And yeah, so it really empowered me. It gave me the opportunity to earn extra income, as well as, you know, being there for my children and working around them in the hours that I wanted to work. And I think for so many people, you know, nursery fees, childcare fees are huge. And, you know, a lot of us, that is a problem that a lot of women have. I know it shouldn't just be the women, but it generally, we all know, you know, it can fall upon, you know, the fact that more often than not, it's the women that stay home and you know, be the mum or whatever, and or maybe drop down to being part-time or whatever. And finding the childcare fees, if you do want to go back to work full-time, can be really, really difficult. And you've got that toss-up, and you've got that juggle of, well, if I pay the nursery fees to go back to work full-time, am I actually going to earn any money? You know, I've got a few people on the team in that sort of situation, and they're actually using their extra income that they're earning from being a Tropic ambassador to help top up their income, because nursery fees, because they've gone back to their job, is completely crippling. So yeah, I think I've completely gone off on a tangent there.
That's fine.
But you know, it's yeah, I would say that for me, the model is about empowering people to start their own business, have the support of a company behind them, have the support of the products already there. It's going to be shipped out for you, you know, all of that sort of stuff. The website's already there. All of that stuff is already there for you with this sort of thing. But you've just got to, you know, do the hard work and get out there and put yourself out there, you know, and share whichever product it is that you've joined the company because you're passionate about it. And I would hope, because it's certainly the way I am, and certainly the way I like to bring on people into my team, is that, you know, I would hope that people joining any direct selling company, they're joining because they've got a passion for the product, not because they've just been recruited into something and they think that it's a get quick money making, get rich quick scheme type thing. And that is what's given direct sales a bad reputation in the past. The whole kind of like get rich quick, you know, and promises that are made to people that then kind of like don't come true, you know. Actually, it takes hard work. It's not, you know, just there on a plate for you, but if you work at it, it can be really fruitful. And the wonderful thing is that, you know, the amount you can earn is uncapped. The more you want to do, the more you'll earn. As my children grew older and they're both in school now, this is now my full-time job, and I work it around the school runs and other things that I need to do, their clubs, whatever. It was so fabulous the other day. I got to go and watch my daughter play a netball match at school, you know, because I didn't have to go to school myself and be a teacher on a Wednesday afternoon. I could just go to her school and work my work around it. And again, I've gone off on one. I don't know where I was going.
That's fine. That's fine. So in terms of, you touched on it a little while ago about product being shipped out. So I guess one of the other key elements is, and I know from experience of other people doing other similar businesses, is that and I think this is more of a pyramid selling thing, where you have to order so much product yourself and hold so much stock, which again, you know, can lead people down a path that's
absolutely, absolutely, and that is no good. And I would hope that anybody thinking about going into direct sales would really do their research and their due diligence and check that sort of thing, because that's not on, you know, getting someone to, you know, buy a certain amount of stock, etc. That's not how it should be done, and that's certainly not the way we do it at Tropic. In fact, we discourage anybody from buying stock in. We like people to place orders, and then you're getting the product lovely and fresh from our factory. Our HQ is in Surrey, and that's where the products are made and shipped from. And everything that's shipped is like, it's been made like fresh, like maximum of like 5 or 6 weeks ago. So, you know, we don't want, because it's natural skincare, and it hasn't got any nasty chemical preservatives in it that, you know, mean that can sit in a storeroom for 5 years or something. We want it to be as fresh as possible when it goes to a customer. So there's no way we want our ambassadors stockpiling stuff that they may or may not sell. We don't want that. And in fact, in order to stay an ambassador, all that an ambassador needs to do actually is place one order on the ordering system within a 6-month period. So, you know, and that could be a very, very small order. I mean, the cheapest thing we sell is a lip balm. You know, not that ever happens really, because you know, if someone's properly being an ambassador and properly loves the products, they're going to buy their own anyway, because that's the reason they've become an ambassador, is because they love, you know, the cleanser or whatever it is that they, you know, and they're going to want to replenish their own and buy their own anyway. Why wouldn't you buy it off yourself? So you know, that's, yeah. So yeah, 100% people shouldn't be keeping stock, and that is yeah, again, one of the reasons why some direct sales or network marketing companies may have got themselves a bad name.
Yeah, that's it. And that I mean, that is the key with anything, you know, whether you're starting a business, whether you're joining a company as an employee, you know, it's always absolutely imperative that you do your research, because unfortunately not all businesses are made equal, and you have to find the one that's right for you and that's doing the right thing. So just for the benefit of the listeners, how long have you been involved with network marketing altogether, Claire?
So 8 years, I would say.
Wow.
Max was about 6 months, 5-6 months, something like that when I started, and he's 8.5-ish. So yeah, about 8 years. Yeah.
So that's, you know, again, another a good advertisement for the fact that, you know, there are good network marketing businesses out there, and it's a very viable business. I mean, you talked there extensively about the flexible working, and being particularly for, you know, young mothers or fathers, you know, who have young children. You know, that really is the key. And I think more people are looking for ways where they can earn their own money flexibly around their families. I think that's becoming very important. So absolutely. And just have an extra string to your bow. You know, it's quite nice to do it, and a lot of people do this sort of thing
not just for the money. So some people, you know, do it for the fun, for the friendships, for a hobby, for sort of something else to get their teeth sort of stuck into. So there are lots of different reasons, you know, why people go into, you know, working in this way. And we've got a huge range of people within the team who are, you know, doing it purely for a little bit of a hobby, or purely because they like the products and they want to buy it cheap for themselves, and they'll just tell a few friends and family about it and, you know, get it for them too, right through to people that have got another part-time job, or mums, you know, with small children as well, and then, you know, people that have got full-time jobs, or 4 days a week, you know, and we've got such a huge range. And then you've got someone like me that's actually doing it full time. So there's there's so many different people that do it. It's really interesting, actually. Just being away on a trip, I was really lucky enough to earn a lovely incentive trip to Dubai. I've just come back, which is what this is on my hand, by the way. If you're thinking, what on earth has she been attacked by a Sharpie? It's henna coming off my hand. Yeah, and I flew home on the plane next to a young lady who's, I think she said she was 23 years old. She was the youngest achiever of that trip, and she's doing Tropic as her full-time job. She started when she was 18, just did it a little bit, you know, and did it on, and then sort of thought, why don't I do this for my full-time job? And she's, you know, at 23, Tropic is her career. That's what she's doing for her full-time job. And she said, why wouldn't I? She just literally looked at me and went, why wouldn't I? I was like, well, exactly, I'm doing it. Why wouldn't I? You know, I wish I could do it when I was younger.
That's it. And that's, you know, and that's what one of the reasons I wanted to do this podcast was to speak to different business owners doing different things, to let people out there know that there are so many different avenues you can take with your career. And like I said at the beginning, to dispel the myths around network marketing, because, you know, I've obviously spoken to you, and I've spoken to other people who are working in other areas of network marketing, doing, you know, with different products, and they all rave about it, you know, setting them free from the shackles of employment without, you know, the stresses and the headaches of starting a brand new business, you know, because you know, like you pointed out, you do have the products behind you, you have the support behind you, the marketing behind you, you know. So if you are, you know, to start off with time and cash poor, it is a great way to start your own business. Yeah. You know, like you say, you just have to have the passion and you have to put the time in.
Yeah, absolutely. And be willing to learn. I would say be willing to learn. One thing, I'm like a sponge, you know, I soak up from wherever I can, you know, wanting to learn as much information as possible for me, but also so that I can share that with others on the team as well. And I think that's really important. Be willing to put the work in to learn as well, and always be learning.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a teacher in me coming out as well, isn't it? Always.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think one of the best phrases I ever heard was, you know, every day's a school day. Yeah, absolutely. And it really is, no matter what you're doing in life, you know, the minute you stop learning is the minute you stop growing, you know, because you know, there's always so much to learn if you you know, open your mind to it. So fantastic. I mean, listening to you and hearing about your experience of network marketing and you know, and what it can do is fantastic. Do you have anything to add before we close?
Yeah, I think, you know, it really has changed my life. You know, I'm really, really lucky in that respect. It's really changed my life. It's given me that flexibility. I earn a really, really decent income from it. And, you know, I can't say highly enough how much, you know, I you know, with the right company for you, you know, and just making sure you really check out everything. You know, it can be wonderful, and I highly recommend it.
Brilliant, lovely. So if anybody's listening to this and thinking, actually, I'd like to speak to Claire about Tropic, how can they get hold of you? How can they find you, Claire?
Absolutely. So my email is clairedaletropic@gmail.com.
Lovely.
And, on social media, it's just @clairedaletropic, for Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, everywhere, Facebook. So yeah.
Lovely. Fantastic. Well, it's been lovely speaking to you today, Claire, and thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been lovely talking to you too.